We talk about your home being an investment, but how do we actually utilize that money to work for you? Today, we're going to talk about putting your equity to work. Hey guys, I'm Brittany Hannon. I'm a real estate agent, coach, and investor, and I'm here to make real estate easy for you. At the end of every month, I bring you a buyer and seller webinar. It's on the last Thursday of every month at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I would love for you to join. But today, I want to dive into the topic of equity. We hear all the time that your home is one of your most valuable assets. So if it's an asset, are you making money off of it? Well, today we're going to talk about 4 ways that you can make money off of the equity of your home. So let's talk about putting your equity to work. The first way you can do this is to buy an investment property and use it for income, whether that's short-term, long-term, a house hack, whatever it is. What you're doing is you're basically saying, I'm going to use a HELOC, a cash out refi. I'm going to use my house and put the equity to work. And now I'm going to use it to buy an investment property and make that money back. So you're using it to buy an asset. Now, the beauty of this is that you're not using it to spend more money. You're using it as an asset. And so whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term where you rent it out on Airbnb or one of those sites, or if you do a house hack. A house hack is one of my favorite ways to invest, especially for beginners. A house hack is where you buy a house and rent out one part of the property to other people and you live in another part of the property. So whether that's you living in a bedroom and you're renting out the other bedrooms, you buy a duplex and live in one unit and rent out the rest, fourplex, triplex, all of those same kind of ideas. Or what I did was I bought a place and I rented out the entire place and I went and stayed somewhere else. And I did that for about 3 years. So I did that short-term rental house hack. Now, the second way to put your equity to work would be to remodel your current home for a higher resale when you move. One of the things to keep in mind when you're doing a remodel is that you are living in there. So you get to enjoy this, but you also want to make sure that you're going to get the payoff in the long run. So if you're going to be doing a big expensive remodel and you don't know that it's going to translate to more money in your sale, that's where you want to bring somebody like me on or a good real estate agent. You want somebody to be able to tell you, yes, this is going to be a good place for you to spend your money. Because doing kitchens and bathrooms are almost always great ways to do it, but doing a backyard sometimes is not. And a lot of times doing a backyard can be. It depends on your area, it depends on your local market, it depends on what you're going to be doing in your backyard. So make sure you're talking to a professional before you get it done, specifically if you're looking for the resale value. Now, if you're just looking to install it and enjoy it, you go for it. Do what makes you happy. Now, the third way to use your equity is to sell your home and move into a home that meets your current needs better. We all know that right now in 2024, inventory is limited. The interest rates are fairly high, although they're starting to come down a little bit. But there are buyers and sellers in every single market. So who's selling in this market? Well, it's the people who we call the make right movers, the size right movers, where they need to downsize or upsize because their family is growing or it's shrinking or people are going away to college or they're empty nesters or they have 2 stories and they want a single story. There are so many reasons that people need to right size. And so taking the equity out of your home and putting it into something else that might fit your needs better, then what you could do is you could keep your home and you could really use it for an investment property. You could rent it out, collect that rent, and you could use that to subsidize your current mortgage. So there are lots of ways that you can think about doing your equity. And the plus about this one is that you still get to keep your low interest rate, depending on how you do it, I guess. There are lots of ways that you can do it. So depending on your interest rate, depending on what you're doing, you still get to keep it. If you're doing a cash out refi, unfortunately, you have to get rid of that interest rate. But if you're doing a HELOC, you can hold on to that interest rate, buy something else, and hold on to it. Number 4 is you can pay off debt and manage your financial situation. You can get into a better financial situation. So if you want to get a HELOC or if you want to refinance your house, you can use that to be able to get into a better financial situation. Maybe you want to improve your credit so that you can buy something else in the future. Maybe you just need a little wiggle room and you need to breathe. Using your equity is a great way to do that. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus number 5 that we haven't talked about. And one of the great ways that you can use equity is to use it on a flip. And so I have a friend who did just this. She took a HELOC on her primary residence and then they flipped another house and they made a good amount of money on it. Now, I'm going to go over this step by step. I'm going to go over the numbers in our webinar at the end of the month, May 30th. So make sure that you join that webinar because we're going to be talking about all of this and so much more. So make sure that you join. It is May 30th. At the end of this month, we're talking all about unlocking the power of your home equity. It's at 6 p.m. You can come from the comfort of your own home. Register at the link in my bio. You can get free tickets. We hope to see you there.